Some of you may have the dilemma on whether to get a KTM 690 SMC R supermoto or the 690 Enduro R. I'm going to tell you why most of you should probably be looking at getting the supermoto version.
Yeah, I just recently purchased this brand new 2024 KTM 690 SMC R supermoto. I'm currently doing a build series. If you haven't seen my build series I'm doing, go check it out, top right corner. That's why it looks completely different than when I first got it. It was stock orange, popsicle orange. I think this looks way better. What do you guys think? But a lot of you guys are like cycle cruiser. You should have got the KTM 690 Enduro R. And you can always get an extra set of supermoto wheels to put on the Enduro R, because it's so much easier putting the supermoto wheels on the Enduro R, and then you have Enduro and a supermoto, but the supermoto was harder to put into Enduro form. Well, you know what, guys? I'm going to answer that question on why I believe that probably 95% of you should get the supermoto instead of the Enduro R.
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
If you want to get my gear like this ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet, motovlog camera, airbag vest to help keep you safe, all of my gear, I always include links in the description and comment section. I'm going to tell you why I think you should get the supermoto, the KTM 690 SMC R, instead of the Enduro R. Because I'll tell you this. First off, this bike is so sick, dude. Look at that. Oh, that quick shift is beautiful. This thing just rips. Woo, boy. Oh my gosh, this thing is so sick, man. I can't wait to put an exhaust on this, guys. I apologize for the delay in putting a proper exhaust on this bike so we can get some proper sound. But the company was supposed to send one out to me. I haven't heard back from them. I'm just going to go ahead and slap on a slip-on exhaust on this bike. And I just got to get some sound. I don't care, man. This bike is already fast in stock form. You don't really need to do any extra performance mods on it to make it, to give an extra 2-3 horsepower on it. Trust me, guys. Don't go blowing all your money, but I got a video talking about that coming up here. But I'm gonna tell you this, the reason why I believe that most of you guys should get the supermoto, the SMC R version of this instead of the Enduro R, even though you ride off-road sometimes, is that figure out how much riding you're actually doing off-road, okay? I guarantee you that most of you are probably spending most of your time out here on the streets, probably 90% plus or more out here on the streets. So it makes absolutely no sense to get the Enduro R. And also, why the hell do you want a 690 Enduro R? Why don't you go get a proper Enduro? Like a two-stroke that's featherweight. You know, it's like 220 pounds, a 250, which is more than enough power for off-road, super lightweight. That's what most people ride when they're dirt bike riding off-road, man. You're not going to get a big old 350-pound bike to go ride off-road for having some real fun, okay? Like I said, with this bike, I bought this as my all-in-one bike, as a dual sport bike for me, all-in-one, but mostly in supermoto trim here, because what I'm doing is I'm actually, like I did my 2019 YZ450FX custom supermoto. If you haven't seen that build series, I'll include it in the top right corner of this video, but I've had that since 2018, okay? And I ride out in the woods, I ride off-road, and I have Shinko 705 Adventure tires that are dual sport tubeless tires that I'll be putting on this bike, because you can ride off-road with 17-inch wheels with dual sport tires. A lot of you guys think that you have to have a 21-inch front wheel to ride off-road, and that's not true. Yes, you can't ride the same way as you would a dirt bike that's got a 21-inch front tire. The 17-inch wheels with the dual sport tires, you have to guide over logs and obstacles, but you're not going to be wanting to do a lot of that anyhow. Not on a big old 350-pound bike. Okay, you just want to be doing some light dirt trails, some some easy trail riding or what here and there, but you're not going to be doing some crazy, real, proper, gnarly off-road riding on a big old 350-pound bike anyhow. Okay, and also with the 21-inch front tire on the Enduro R, okay, that has a tube, inner tube. Okay, so I don't believe you can get a 21-inch front tire wheel width that's tubeless. So with the tube is if you get a puncture out here on the street, okay, you are probably going to be stranded and have to call for somebody to come and get you, because it's too hard. You have to go through so much to patch an inner tube, man. I mean, are you really going to bring all your tools out here, your tire irons and everything, and be peeling off your tire and patching your inner tube? Man, you'll be out here forever, and if it's at night, forget about it. You're going to call for a tow. But if it is a tubeless, like I have on this bike, the 17-inch tubeless, and then you got the ADV tires, which are damn near bulletproof, but if you get a puncture, it takes like less than 5 minutes with a tire patch, with a rubber plug kit. Very super and easy. That's one of the big reasons why I switched from dual sport, which I had a WR250R, to a supermoto, my YZ450FX that I converted into a supermoto. Because when I had the WR250R, I did get a puncture, but luckily it didn't break to the inner tube. But I was out in Colorado, and I would have been real pissed off, stranded out there in the mountains, man. And my dog would have been left up there in the van, because I was doing a bug out moto van trip. And I said, you know what? I got to think of something that's foolproof, so that I don't have to worry about a puncture, And that's why I switched to supermoto. And also another reason why you want to get the supermoto is because it's already set up for street. The suspension, everything is perfect for street. Okay, as where the Enduro is it's going to have a softer suspension that's better for off-road. And also the Enduro R sits up higher, okay, than the supermoto. Even if you put supermoto wheels on the Enduro R, it's still going to sit up a little bit higher, because the suspension and everything, the setup on that bike and the ground clearance is going to be higher. So you're going to have a taller seat height on the Enduro R. So for those of you that are shorter out there, you're definitely going to want to get the supermoto version. But like I said, guys, you can put ADV tires on there and you can go ride off-road, okay? Like I said, you don't want to be getting crazy. Damn, this thing rips. You don't want to be getting crazy off-road on no big old 350-pound bike anyhow, guys. But it's 350 pounds is still a whole lot better than 500 pounds on them big adventure bikes and trying to mess around off-road, which I've seen some people out there do in short stints and make it look cool for YouTube clips. But go do some actual endurance riding off-road on an ADV motorcycle, 500 plus pounds, and get back to me. You'll be ready to pass. You'll probably fall off your bike from exhaustion, wrangling that big 500-pound bike around off-road. Because off-road, man, I could just go do a short stint in the woods. On my YZ450FX, it only weighs 260 pounds, and you're riding over logs and everything. You get winded really easy, especially if you're not in cardio shape. But to wrangle around a 500-pound bike and then you drop it, pick it up a couple of times, you end up with a hernia. You'll be tired as hell. Don't encounter any mud, because if you get any mud and you get stuck in mud, you're gonna be up a shit creek, man. You're gonna your bike's gonna be a big paperweight in the woods, man. You're gonna have to get the good old boys to come out there to try to get you out of there with a four-wheeler or something, man. But a lot of you experienced riders already know this. I'm talking to the noobs out there, because the noobs, they think you can go buy a 600-pound adventure bike and go ride out in the woods like a dirt bike. You know what I'm saying? Because they see these clips on YouTube, these commercials with KTM and the guys doing some really cool stunts off-road and busting wheelies and skidding in dirt and everything. It looked like he's riding it like a dirt bike, a two-stroke off-road. That guy's got immense skills, and he's only doing it for a very short stint. He's not doing it for 2 or 3 hours off-road, man. The guy, there's no way in hell anybody can do endurance riding for 2 or 3 hours in some gnarly off-road conditions on a 600 pound, even a 400 pound bike. Like I said, this 350 I think is too much weight to be getting too crazy off-road. But you can do a little bit of everything on this 690. That's what I love about it. And it's been out long enough that they've pretty much ironed out a lot of the problems that they had with this bike. So that's why I ended up getting it. I always wanted to try the big bore 690. And I tell you, I love this bike, man. But it still can't replace my YZ450FX custom supermoto, which weighs only 260 pounds. I'll tell you that right now. But I'm telling you, I've already dropped a little bit of weight on this bike by putting on a lithium battery. And I dropped about, what, 5 pounds or so? And got rid of a bit of weight, and you can really feel that. Feels lighter weight already, man. Feels good. Look at this. Beautiful. Oh, I love this color. I love looking over at that front fender. That orange and black is so sick. Oh my gosh, man. What do you guys think? You think this bike looks cool or what, dude? I gotta put some sounds on it though, but leave a comment below. Tell me why you got the Enduro R version, the dual sport version, over the supermoto version. Okay, and why do you think it's better than the supermoto version? I want to hear what you guys have to say. Okay, I'm giving my point of view. I'm not saying I'm always right, but I just use common sense, and I've had experience with dual sports in the past, and punctures, and dealing with all that crap, and knobbies, and also knobbies wearing out. You know, dual sport knobbies and off-road knobbies, they wear out pretty quickly, man. That's where that Shinko 705 ADV tires that I have on there, a dual sport tire, them things, I've still got traction since I have had that bike since 2018. I haven't even changed the tires on there. I've ridden over glass, rode up staircases, beat up on it on curbs and everything else. Them tires are damn near bulletproof. I'm telling you that right now. I don't know where the heck I'm at, guys. I'm out here in some backwoods Ohio town somewhere, and I love it, baby. But anyways, guys, make sure to hit thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell symbol so you get notified when my videos are released. But I release new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.